In today's video, we're going to talk about how I outline my videos and just the general planning and scheduling of my videos so that I know what I'm going to be filming each week, and then I kind of plan how it's going to be filmed, how to edit and do all of these kind of things, all in the planning process before I even film the video. So if you're interested in knowing how I do that and how I film each video, keep on watching. Right guys, before we do get into the video, I just want to let you guys know that I am doing shoutouts every single video. So if you have just started a YouTube channel, you have Instagram, Facebook, whatever it might be, make sure that you comment down right now so that you don't miss out on future shoutouts. And I'll be doing a shout out every single video at the end of the video. So if you're interested in finding out who I'm shouting out, make sure you do watch all the way to the end. I'll be shouting out one person every single video, so make sure you comment down below, let me know what platform you want me to shout out, so the name and the platform, and I'll be doing one shout out every single video, so make sure you comment down right now so you don't miss out. So today we're just going to run through just simply how I outline my videos, and we're going to run through the exact process that I take. So the very first step, that obviously is fairly obvious, but we all need to think about it, is I take a notepad and I write down my video ideas. So I like to plan at least 2 weeks in advance of just the kind of videos that I'm planning on doing. So I have a list right here on my notepad. If you do prefer a booklet or something like that, I would probably recommend that, because you tend to just start ripping these pages and throwing them away, and then you're kind of losing that really important information that you've spent time on creating video ideas, and then you sadly threw it away and you're very, very sad with yourself. Definitely get a book. I would highly recommend that, just because it really kind of helps making sure that you can look back on the information that you've put down. So once you've kind of written down really basic ideas of the kind of videos that you want to do, I would actually highly recommend doing keyword research first and just kind of having a look to see whether that video is actually going to be viewed and searched for, so that you know that all this time that you're putting in to plan your video is going to be something that people are going to watch. I would highly recommend using TubeBuddy, or you can use vidIQ, or you can even just use Google or YouTube search, and it's going to give you some ideas of what people are viewing for. But if you want to go in depth of how to kind of see how it's being searched and all of that kind of stuff, I would definitely recommend that. If you do want me to go into more depth of that, I actually do have a video on the YouTube SEO, so you definitely go ahead and check that out, and I will link it in the description down below. So once you've kind of decided on a video that you're wanting to start to film and you're actually ready to start planning this video, I just take a new piece of paper and I write down the title of the video. Now in this example, we will use the YouTube SEO video. I'll just write down a really simple title of what the video is about. It's not going to be my final title. I like to put in a bit more research involved before I create the actual title. You want to make sure that you're choosing something that has really good keywords that people are going to be searching for. So I don't spend too much time on the title at this stage. This is purely just the very basic planning process. So I write down YouTube SEO to give me an idea of what the video I am planning. Then I like to take away the main points that I want to take from this. I want to start off with an intro, really kind of defining on what the video will be about. So I'll just run through that. I'll be talking about the keywords, how important keywords are, talking about how you can do this through TubeBuddy, and I'll just kind of run through the very basics of what I'll be talking about in that video. I like to kind of plan that out and just write it down so I know exactly what I'll be talking about, and then I kind of get into the body of the video of going into detail of those. So the first step, I'll note down, okay, I'll be talking about keywords, and then I go into detail of what I'll be talking about with the keywords. So I know for myself, I'll be wanting to go ahead and show you how the SEO actually works. So I'll most likely go into the definition of what an SEO actually is, which is your search engine optimization, talking about Google has one and how YouTube is owned by Google and YouTube has an SEO as well. And then I'll actually go into a quick keyword research just by using Google and YouTube, and just talking about how that's actually going to benefit you with your videos. Now this is the part where I actually like to decide where I'll be filming this, because I like to use lots of different overlays and scene changes to keep your audience engaged. Because if you didn't know already, YouTube really likes to make sure that people are watching your video for a large portion of the video. So you want to make sure that your engagement and that your audience retention is as long as possible. Let's say you have a 12-minute video. You want to make sure that your audience is actually watching that for at least 30 to 40%. I know it sounds really low, but when you actually look at people's stats, that's realistically what it's going to be. Hey, if you can get it above 50%, you're doing really, really well, and I'd love to know your secrets. Comment down below and let me know if you actually do have a YouTube channel. I'm really, really curious. Let me know where you guys are at, and also let me know what kind of videos you'd like to see more of. Let me know in the comment section down below. I definitely love hearing you guys' input, and it's definitely going to help me to know what videos I should plan. Most of them I've got written down, but if there's something you guys really, really want to see, then I can kind of push that forward and make that video for you guys very, very soon. So comment down below, let me know if you have a YouTube channel and what kind of videos that you're kind of struggling with or that you would like to see in the future, and I'll definitely consider that in my next video. So going back to talking about overlays and things like that, you do want to use overlays or B-rolls so they kind of just go with what you're talking about. So say if I'm talking about writing down on my pad, writing down some bullet points of that particular scene, I kind of like to show an overlay of that, so you kind of get behind the scenes, and it just makes it more interesting with different scene changes and just showing you what I'm actually doing in the video, and it just makes it more interesting, more engaging, and you're more likely to stick around and keep watching the video. This is a really, really important part of the planning process. I do want to make sure that I know where I'm going to be filming each scene and what kind of overlays I'll have in that scene to go with that video, so that I know exactly what I need to film as I film it. A lot of people think you just kind of film it first and then you kind of decide the overlays after that. Yes, I do the filming of the scenes first, and then I kind of listen to it and decide once I have the body of the video filmed, then I kind of go ahead and make sure that the overlays fit with that. But I do like to plan it first so that I know exactly what I need to talk about, so that it's actually going to match when I go to create the overlay later. Once I've kind of broken down these scenes and I've kind of decided where I want to film each kind of video, then I want to decide, like I said, I want to talk about what kind of overlays that I'll be using. Now this video is all about how to outline a video. It doesn't go into the steps of how to edit a video. If you do want to see how to edit a video and things like that, that's probably a video I'll be doing very, very soon. So let me know in the comment section down below if you do like that kind of video. And if you are enjoying these kind of chill videos, definitely go ahead and give it a thumbs up so that I know that you guys are enjoying the video, and we can keep making more videos just like this one. So once you've written down your kind of body of your, making sure that you're getting across exactly what you're wanting to talk about with that video, then I start to go into actual details of what I want to make sure that I cover in that particular scene. So for example, in that video, I'd be talking about keywords, and I want to make sure that in the keywords, I really kind of show you how keywords is going to benefit you, how it's going to actually show you why it's so important, how it's going to get you more views. And I want to go into like really good details of showing you why it's important and why it's actually worth doing your research first when you film a video. I want to make sure that I cover all of that in the video, talking about what keywords are good, what keywords are bad, what keywords you should be using, what keywords you shouldn't be using, and I want to make sure that I cover that in that particular scene, all shot into one scene, so that everything is covered in that particular bullet point or paragraph. Really, really important to kind of plan out exactly what you need to talk about, kind of cover the 3 main points that you want to talk about, and then make sure that you've actually put into detail what you're wanting to cover in that bullet point, so that it's actually relevant for the video, that it makes sense, and that it is going to benefit your viewers. So I make sure I plan this before I film every single video, so I know exactly what I need to talk about. And the really cool thing, guys, is when you actually create different scenes, you can actually cover just one particular point that you want to talk about in your video in that scene. It just makes it easier to film, because think of it almost like a movie where you've got scenes that you need to shoot, and there's only a certain amount of lines that you need to remember in order to do that particular scene. So it's a really good way to kind of break up your video, make it easier for you to film and shoot, and that way you really know you've covered everything that you needed to in that particular scene, that you can run over and make sure that it all pieces together and makes sense. I don't really plan in terms of what's going to be in the order. I just make sure that I've covered all of the points that I wanted to make, and then when I go to do the editing, I can change the order and make sure that it all flows correctly. But when I go to film it, I just have my scenes written down, what I want to cover in those scenes, and then I kind of go into the details of where I want to film that, so that it make sure that it's interesting, engaging, and all those kind of things is really, really important when filming that video. That being said, guys, this is more of a chill video, so make sure you give it a thumbs up if you are enjoying these kind of videos, and make sure you stay to the end because I will be doing a shout out at the end of this video. So once I've actually kind of gone ahead and I've outlined all of the scenes that I want to talk about, and I've covered all of the points that I want to make, I go ahead and I make sure that I've got each scene written down, so where I want to film that in the house and where it's going to best suit that particular scene. And then I kind of think about more about the overlays that need to go with that. So what kind of extra scenes that I'll actually need to shoot that I can put as a B-roll or as an overlay for that scene that's going to just make it more engaging and more interesting. What I prefer to do is I shoot all of the main scenes first, the A-roll scenes first, go ahead and I edit those, get rid of all the breaths and the R's and all of that kind of things to make it really professional. Once I've got that all set out, then I like to rewatch it and kind of decide where I need to put in those overlays. So I've already talked about it, so I know what kind of overlays I'll be putting in there. So I've already discussed that in the video, so it's going to make sense that I'll be talking while I show those overlays. But then I rewatch the video to see, okay, what overlays did I need to shoot? So they might be writing down on a pad, they might be showing something on my computer, they might be showing some of my editing tips, whatever it might be, even just keyword research, searching on TubeBuddy, things like that, that go with what I'm talking about to once again make it more engaging and more interesting for you, the viewer. And it's just a really great way that I find that once I've filmed the bulk of it, the main talking parts of the video, then I can really kind of rewatch it after editing it and seeing where these overlays can fit in, and just rewatch it to see what I'm actually talking about so that it actually makes sense and pieces together nicely with the overlays. So guys, I hope you guys did find this video helpful, and I think it's really, really important to plan your videos, but make sure that you actually plan before hitting the record button. So doing your keyword research, finding out what topics are going to make sense and be beneficial for your viewers, find out if they're actually going to be able to see that, because if you're a really small YouTube channel and you're wanting to get more views and more people drawn to your channel, making sure that you're actually filming stuff that they're going to find and that's going to actually benefit them and add value to them, so that they're going to want to watch more of your videos and hopefully binge watch your content. So guys, thank you guys so much for watching. If you did enjoy the video, make sure that you do subscribe to the channel down below. And like I said, every single video I am doing a shout out. So here is my first shout out. Here they are. And if you do want to get a shout out, make sure you comment down below with your platform and the name of that platform, so that you don't miss out on a shout out in a future video. Thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure you comment down below with your new video ideas and things you'd like to see more of, and I'll see you on the next video. Peace out.